Good afternoon. Welcome to a video that will discuss the late slate for the DraftKings baseball tournaments on Saturday, April 15th, 2017. So this is Gus Almashini from Advanced Sports Analytics, and we're going to talk about a couple pitchers like we usually do, and then a potential stack and a couple other hitters that might be worthwhile to put in your lineups for this evening. So we're going to start with James Paxton. His last start went well, which was in Seattle, and he's in Seattle again. The weather is cool, and if you listened to our podcast a few days ago when Paxton was pitching, and we talked about the cool weather and when it's damp and the roof is closed, he tends to perform pretty well. Not sure if the roof will be closed for the game tonight, but it's going to be cool. And Paxton's a pretty solid pitcher. His numbers at home are great, and of course, we look at his DraftKings points per $1,000 distribution. We see a peak at about 2, but we do see a rather significant area past 2.5 for the ratio, and he's definitely capable of getting you about 3 to 4 DraftKings points per $1,000 salary, and his salary is close to $10K. So you could have a really nice game from Paxton this evening, and he is pitching against Texas. Texas has hit him okay. I mean, there could be a potent offense, but again, the game is in Seattle. The wind's blowing in a little bit. The air index is one of the highest, so a little bit tougher for the ball to move when the air density is high. It's a clear day, but low temperatures, so this could bode well for Paxton giving 6 to 7 solid innings. Another pitcher we like, which is more value, is Adam Conley. I believe he's around $6,400, $6,500, going against the Mets. And his numbers against the Mets are really solid. Great history here. Batting against average 208, OPS 607. Some of the more prolific hitters for the Mets have not hit him very well. Bruce is only 2 for 8. Cespedes has been on fire. He's only 1 for 13 against Conley. Granderson only 1 for 11. Cabrera is probably the biggest threat, 4 for 11. But for the most part, Conley's pitched very well against the Mets. If you look at his splits, he's a lot better at home. And of course, the game is in Miami. Batting against average 231 compared to 267. ERA 3.26 compared to 4.43. So we could expect a solid game from Conley. He did give up the game-winning homer in that 16 or 17 inning marathon, I think 2 days ago. But he should be fine for today. And here's his distribution, which you can find on the Advanced Sports Analytics site. We do see a pretty significant area past 2.5. This data is somewhat bimodal, so he had some hiccups last year, but he's also had some great starts too. So we could expect a better start given those games at home and his history against the Mets. And considering he's going for about $6,400, I believe, times that by a ratio of 3, we could get a 20-point game out of Conley tonight. And what really helps him, because of course you get 4 points for the win, is his offense. If the Marlins offense plays well, we expect Conley to get the win and, of course, give us good numbers. And DeGrom is a great pitcher for the Mets, does not have a good history against Marlins. In fact, the outfield for the Marlins has destroyed DeGrom. Giancarlo Stanton, who took last night off, 7 for 15, 3 homers, 5 RBIs. He's owned DeGrom. Yelich, also very solid, 423 batting average. Azuna has been clutch from time to time. Decent numbers, not the best, but decent. So definitely Conley's got a strong offense behind him tonight. Bohr also strong, 5 for 9. Dietrich strong, 3 for 10. Gordon okay. Probably wouldn't expect too many stolen bases. DeGrom's pretty good at holding base runners. But we could see a nice Marlins stack with the starting pitcher, and that's has helped some people take down some tournaments when they get the starting pitcher with a stack, and the stack does well, the starting pitcher does well, and of course the lineup does well. Also, DeGrom's not as strong on the road. He's great at Citibank. I think it's called Citibank or Citi Field. There we go. Can never remember the names of these stadiums anymore. I used to call it Shea Stadium back in the day. But anyway, in New York, he's really solid. But on the road, he's okay, but not as good. Very significant splits here. So that's interesting to note. Uh, Also, let's take a look at Stanton in a little more detail. So Giancarlo Stanton is a better hitter at home. Um, he does well against left-hand hitters, but of course DeGrom is a righty, so that doesn't really matter so much. But Stanton is a very solid hitter at home. Much better OPS and batting average. Also interesting in night games, he's better too, significantly better in night games. And it is a night game in Miami. Local start time 7:10 p.m. Also going back to Conley, he's also better at night compared to daytime. So there's all the stars are kind of lining up for Miami to do really well this evening. And here's Stanton's distribution that you can find the Advanced Sports Analytics site. He's had some rough games where he just goes 0 for 4 and does you nothing. But he's had some other games where there's a decent amount of area where he could get a ratio of 3 to 5 DraftKings points per $1,000 salary. He's going for close to 5K. So we could see a very nice game from Stanton, especially if you can do a 2-homer game like he did not too long ago. Shoemaker. He has struggled against the Royals. You can see that Kane has done well against Hosmer, but the one that stands out is Perez. Perez had a homer last night. He's a great hitter. Awesome. If you can get him as a catcher and, of course, squeeze him in your lineups. His OPS is 1.727. That's amazing. Small sample size, but he has hit him pretty well. And Perez is playing well, too. He's batting, I think, 5th in the lineup for the Royals. Here is his distribution. It's, again, kind of similar to Stanton's. There is some area that's past 5 DraftKings points per $1,000 salary. And so if he continues his domination of Shoemaker, we could see a great game from Perez, especially from the catcher position. And then we're going to finish off with a player for the sorry, not the Cardinals. I was thinking of football. The Arizona Diamondbacks, Jake Lamb. He has done well against Kenta Maeda. Kenta Maeda is one of the highest priced pitchers for the evening. He is a good pitcher, and he's actually done well against a lot of the Diamondbacks hitters, especially Paul Goldschmidt. But Jake Lamb, 7 for 15, a homer with 4 RBIs, 3 doubles. Probably not a coincidence that he's been able to hit him this hard. Great batting average, OBP, slugging percentage, OPS. And Maeda is not great against lefties. Lefties do hit him much better than righties. And Jake Lamb is a lefty. And Jake Lamb does very well against righties. Significant difference in the splits there. So again, we kind of see the stars lining up for Lamb to do well. Lamb's also done well in the month of April. That's usually one of his best months. Actually, it's his best batting average month and his best OPS month. So, and actually, he's had pretty good control of the plate, 17 walks and 22 strikeouts. So Lamb could be another good option for this evening. Okay, well, good luck with creating your lineups, and hopefully you'll make some money in time for Easter. Oh, lastly, we do have the distribution. Sorry about that, a little premature. But again, Lamb has had a decent area that's around 3 to 5 DraftKings points per $1,000. Okay, now the video's over. Okay, happy Easter and good luck to you.